No, my motorcycle has just been stolen. I just pulled it out of the garage onto the driveway, walked in the house to grab my jacket and my helmet, came out and it was gone. It was just gone. Phoned the police, got given a crime reference number and told to ring my insurance. That's it, the bike's gone. Now that very much is the case of today, isn't it? People get their bikes stolen, you get that crime reference number and you never see it again. It's stripped down for parts or trashed and burnt out in a field. Now I really love my Triumph Scrambler. This was my dream bike for many years and I finally got one. But do you know what I did? I got the Sizapp tracker put in the bike, meaning that I would always know exactly where the bike is. And today, I'm going to show you exactly the reason why buying the Sizapp tracker is so important. Well, before my bike actually goes missing, and we use the app that Sizapp have, because it is seriously next level, let me just explain a little bit more about the tracker, because you get a little black box with two wires coming on. Positive goes on your positive on your battery, negative goes on the negative of your battery. Then you just hide the box, hide it in a side panel somewhere out of sight, because when the thieves steal a bike, they will go down the road, whip off the seat, pull off any connectors on the battery that they can possibly get their hands on to rip it off, and they'll just go. So you want that hidden, and I'd always turn around and say put the terminals underneath the actual main battery terminals on the battery, because it looks less obvious as well. And then they won't know that there's a tracker. So we have our thief. Now when a thief steals a bike, what they want to be is super quiet. So if they see your bike on the driveway, what they'll do is they'll stroll up, they'll grab it and they'll wheel it away. And when they're wheeling it away, the one thing you get is a notification on your phone to let you know that there's been movement of your bike. Well, of course, what the thief does next is they hotwire the ignition, fire up the bike, and then, well, they just disappear, stealing your bike, leaving you going, oh no. Now here's the thing, because you've had that notification, you know that your bike's been moved, and you can click on the Sizapp app. You can then click on the map, and then from there you can see the journey that your bike is actually taking. It will literally show you where it's come from and where it's going to. Now this is the time that you really need to phone the police, because if you haven't phoned the police, well, you're going in as a one-man band. You don't want to do that. You want to go in with the police. So what will happen is you'll make that 999 call. The policeman will turn around and say to you, have you got any kind of track or anything? You can go, yes, I can see exactly live where it's going. I'm seeing it moving right now. And they will go in hot pursuit. So what's cool is the thief doesn't know that right now, as he's joyriding my bike along through some country lanes, blipping it away, smiling, thinking, do you know, I just got my hands on this beautiful Scrambler. I know he's exactly on Arvenworth Road, heading outside of a small town called Desborough, heading off into the country. So I'm looking forward to seeing where he's going to stop, because I'm sure he's got a place where he wants to meet a man with a van or somebody before they wheel it off and take it away forever. So the clock is now ticking, but I know exactly where the thief is. Now I can see the bike live has stopped in one location for a good few minutes now. So this is the time that we're gonna get the police to go to that exact location to sniff out the thief. Now this has to be our police car for this video. Of course, all police officers would ride around in something as beautiful as this, and it's C1. So I'm gonna put my policeman hat on. Let's head out and let's catch the thief red-handed. So here we go, let's mount the police bike and let's rescue this bike. Switch on the blues and twos. Let's go. Now here's the really cool thing about Sizapp. Once you've purchased the tracker, there is no monthly fee, there's no contract. It literally is what you pay is what you get, and the GPS tracker works. The SIM card that's built into it works. So you're never sitting there going, oh, I've got to pay for it each month, this is actually working out really expensive, I've not really used the bike in 6 months because of winter, do I cancel it, do I not? None of that. Once you've purchased it, that's it. Everything just works, and even better, it comes with a 24-month warranty. So just in case something does happen in that time, somehow you damage it, I can't see how you would, you've got 24 months of cover. How good is that? Now, as we're still hacking down more and more and more and more miles to catch this thief to the location where he's stopped, what I'm loving about the Sizapp app itself is that there is plenty of features in there. Like, you can see where you've ridden the bike going back in history. So if you've done a perfect ride, say you've gone out and you've gone, do you know what, I've really enjoyed today, it's absolutely awesome, you can go back and you can see that information. There's loads of other features on there, so if you and your friend have it, you can do group rides together. It's just full and full of features. The other thing I like is when the bike's put away, and you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, but surely it's using a lot of power. Well, it only sips a little bit of power out of your bike, but I can see what the battery voltage is, and of course it will stop working if the battery gets low, meaning it won't kill the bike itself, so it's always good. But it's just another cool feature to have. So if it ever does go low, it will give you that low battery warning. It means that you can take your bike out for a spin, charge your battery up, and it's all good. Okay, we're not hugely far away now from where the bike was last stood still, so I'm just gonna have a quick check on the app. It is still in the same location, just here on Braybrook Road. It hasn't moved, so we can continue on. But again, look how cool this app is. Battery voltage in the bike currently is 13.1 volts. The temperature outside where it is 14 degrees. I can put it into deep sleep mode if I want. It's currently telling me that it's stopped and it's parked. Look at all this stuff. All the notifications are here as well, so I can click on this and it'll tell me all the times the bike's had slight movement. That's me pushing it in and out of the garage most of the time. But it keeps all this information there as well. Look, let's do find on here. It pops up the map, sticks it on Google, and now I can just press start on Google Maps and it will navigate me straight to where the bike is. How awesome is that? 0.9 of a mile away. Let's go. Could you imagine how much the police officer this second that's on the hot pursuit to get this bike, you imagine how excited he would be to be able to know that he can track exact location, he can Google map it to the exact spot. And also, of course, he'd be more excited to be riding this C1 scooter with his blue light on the top, flashing away intensely, going in to get that arrest and getting a man that loves a motorcycle his machine back home. And that is just epic by itself. So here we go. I can see the bike and I can see the thief waiting. There's the thief with the bike waiting for his pickup. And Sizapp has done exactly what we want it to do. Let's get this man arrested. And there you go. My beloved motorcycle is back in the garage, safe and sound. Now, right from the beginning, I was super impressed because with Sizapp, you get that notification saying that your bike has been moved. That makes you go, hang on, my bike's locked away safe in the garage. You click on it and you can see it live moving. What means you can go, I'm going to phone the police and get my bike back, giving them all that information. I've got a tracker on my bike. I can see my bike being moved. I'm not with it. It's being stolen. All that information goes across, and then in next to no time, you get your bike back. And that makes an incredible, incredible difference because if you haven't got a tracker, it's just gone. But with Sizapp, you know where it is. And I love the point that once you've purchased Sizapp, once you've put it on your bike, there is no more fees to be paid. You're not paying monthly, yearly. It just works as it should. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, where do I get one from? Well, I'm going to leave you all the links down in the description so you can pick up your Sizapp today, because trust me, you're really going to want to. And what I love about Sizapp, they're that confident. They've turned around and said to me, do you know what, make some more videos, let's go deep dive into all the features, let's put up against some of the competitors and let's see which one's best, because they're that confident. So coming up in the future, you're going to see a few more episodes all about Sizapp and its tracker and how awesome it is. And I will see you next time here on Helmet Head. Take care, goodbye, and ride safe.